Hi, I'm Chris James, and you're watching A Healthy Alternative. Today, we're going to be talking about 5 tricks you could use to get on and stay on your water fast.
We're missing a piece of the puzzle. You start getting healthy and you just become a better person. We need to start focusing more on the individual.
Okay, so for some of you who have been following the channel for a while, some of this might be a repeat, but I just wanted to put this all into one video and make it very easy for you all to get to. So we're going to be talking about 5 little tricks or tips that you can use to help you get started on your water fast and to stay on your water fast. And if you stay till the end, I will have a couple bonus tips for you. So check that out towards the end. Okay, so tip number 1. Tip number 1 is actually preparation, okay? Now, this is obviously something you're gonna do before your water fast. People message me all the time. They're like, Chris, I'm on day 2, day 3, day 7 of my water fast. I'm experiencing this, that, and the other. My bowels are moving slow, et cetera, et cetera. What can I do? And I'm like, well, I'm gonna do my best to help you get out of the situation you're in, but the absolute best thing you could do is to prepare your mind, body, and soul for the fast before you actually do it. Now, I like to outline a 5 to 7 day prep period, and I'm just gonna give you guys a really, really quick outline of, this 5 or 7 days. Okay, so day 1 through 3, you wanna focus on hydration, all right? None of us drink enough water, and when we do drink water, we're not hydrating, so that means eat your water and drink your water. You wanna be looking at about a gallon of water a day, or as close to a gallon as is comfortable. I don't want anybody, forcing themselves to drink a whole bunch of water. Keep in mind during this time that you can only drink about 16 ounces per hour. Anything more than that is too much for the body to process, and you just pee it out. So make sure you start early in the day, you sip slowly, and just be consistent all day long. Eat your high water content foods. Day 4 and 5, you're gonna focus on portion control. Day 4 and 5, you're still eating what you typically would eat, but you're gonna focus on portion control. Don't eat as much of the bad stuff as you typically would. Cut your portion sizes in half, and then if you feel like you need more, replace that food with the fruits, vegetables, dried fruit, nuts, soup, salads, things that that are healthy. Okay, and then the last days, day 6 and 7, usually it's good to roll into like a juice fast. This is probably closer to what one might call a juice feast, where you're going to replace all your caloric intake for that day with juice. So you can drink anywhere from a half a gallon to a gallon of juice. And some people even add some healthy oils to their regimen, like avocado oil or coconut oil. The goal is to make sure that you're satiated, but also to start the detox process. And this 5 day to 7 day prep will help you greatly when you're actually in the thick of things. Okay, so tip number 2, document, okay? For some of y'all who know, I did develop a fasting journal. These have been out for a little bit over a year now. I still have a couple left, so if you're interested, you can order one of those from ahealthyalternative.org. Hit the thumbs up button for me if you've been enjoying the content and you like the content, because I always wait till the end to say that. Yeah, and share the video too. Share, please. All right, so yeah, grab yourself a journal. Doesn't have to be my journal. Mine has a couple of extras in there. It's not a normal journal, but you want to document your journey. You want to really hone in on, some of the goals you want to hit. You want to really pay attention to your body. You want to take some measurements. You want to get some blood pressure and some different numbers, whatever you monitor on a regular basis. Get a baseline for everything, so that as you're going through this process and you experience things that maybe you didn't expect to experience, or you wanted to track something, whether it was weight loss or inches or whatever the case may be, you don't have to try to think, figure out what was my size, what was my inches, so you can keep a good track of everything, because the progress that you're going to see is going to help motivate you. So we want to take advantage of the fact that fasting does allow you to see progress very quickly, and let's write these numbers down. Let's write some goals down, and let's document. Document how you feel. Document when your energy's low. Document when your energy's high. I just did my juice fast a couple weeks ago, and I noticed that my teeth got whiter. So all these things need to be written down, however you say it, okay? so that you can refer back to it later when you're like, man, this is, what was my results? Why did I do this? And you can actually look and see what your results were. Now, the third tip is kind of going to be, it's going to go along with documentation, and it's really identifying what your why is, okay? So what your why is, that just means, why are you doing it? Now, we talked earlier about, weight loss and inches and blood pressures and things like that, but your why should make you very emotional, or at least, if not very emotional, it should stir up some emotions in you. Your why should be something powerful that resonates with you, something that, isn't necessarily easily attainable per se, something that maybe you've been struggling with, whether it is feeling comfortable when you're out in public around other people, whether it's a particular outfit that you want to put on and be able to feel sexy or feel attractive in, whether it's wanting to get that guy or that girl that you've been eyeing. It's a culmination of all these things. It's lifestyle. Like, what do you want your lifestyle to be like? Do you want to be here for your children? Are you concerned with, as you get older, not having the cognitive awareness that you should? Maybe you had a friend or family member who, is going through one of those degenerative brain disorders, and that scares you. Maybe your family has a history of cancer or diabetes or whatever the case may be. You want to solidify your why, okay? So figure it out. That's a very personal thing. I'm just doing my best to give you guys some examples. Everybody's why is going to be different, but figure out what your why is. And if your why doesn't make you cry, you got to find a new why. So if your why doesn't stir up some emotion in you when you're thinking about it, when you're thinking about where you want to be, whether it's health-wise, financially, or whatever the case may be, it needs to stir up a little emotion in you. And if it doesn't, you need to dig a little deeper. Okay, so I haven't been keeping up with the numbers, but this is the fifth tip that I'm going to be giving you guys. And the fifth tip is literally the follow through. All right, this is the biggest part of it. You can prep, you can write your why, you can document, you can do all these things, but if you don't follow through, it will all be for naught. So follow through. What does that really mean? It means that you don't give up until you've accomplished your goal. You might set out to do a 5-day fast, and maybe you don't hit the 5 days because fasting's hard, okay? We all know fasting's hard. But does that mean you give up? No, you don't give up. You keep going. So if that means that you need to start over, then start over. Start your prep all the way over and start from the beginning and try again. Or another method that you could use versus starting all the way over, and this is kind of going to spill into one of my bonus tips. If your goal is to do a pure water fast and you're on day 3 and your goal is 5 days and you're smelling chicken or someone's having a birthday or you just are just so hungry or whatever the case may be, you feel like you can't go on any longer. While I don't recommend that you use this as something to fall back on consistently, if you're in a situation like you're going to break your fast anyway, before you do that, have some fresh squeezed juice. It is the best alternative to eating, okay? So if you know I can't take any more, whether you feel heavy detox symptoms or you're getting lightheaded, maybe you can't function well or whatever the case may be, fasting is different for everybody. But if you feel like you're going to break it anyway, get yourself some fresh squeezed juice. Now, one pro tip is to have the fresh squeezed juice already available. Maybe you could have it literally on ice so you could prep it and freeze it and have it available if you need it. And it, you can just unthaw it whenever you think you need it. But having to go to the store and go through that whole process, it might create a barrier and it might cause you to just want to grab a bag of chips or something while you're there. So, they say proper preparation prevents poor performance. So that might be a good idea. And people ask me, won't that break my fast? Technically, yes, it is breaking your fast because fasting is really shutting your digestive system down. Once you start putting in some type of sustenance, it activates your digestive system. But if we're keeping it all the way 100, water itself actually keeps your digestive system activated to a degree, especially with all the crap that is in our water. It's one of the reasons why I suggest that we use distilled water instead of purified water or spring water or whatever the case may be. But with that being said, don't be so caught up on being a stickler and saying, no, I got to do water, because if you're going to break your fast anyway, then go ahead and hit the juice instead. and you can use the juice to help prolong your fasting cycle, and it just convert to a juice fast, and then you can hit your 5 days that way, and you just keep working at it. Fasting's like a muscle. So using juice is my first bonus tip. My second bonus tip is, some of you know that I've been talking about essential oils, and I've been personally using essential oils for many different things. I love essential oils. I'm really happy that one of our members actually reached out to me and introduced me to essential oils, because I was completely oblivious, believe it or not. But the company that I'm affiliated with, they have a blend that's called Slim and Sassy that I really, really like for helping people with weight loss. It's good for cellular detoxification, but it is also amazing as an appetite suppressant. So it's this blend, and that's the reason they call it Slim and Sassy, because it helps you to detoxify your cells and lose weight, but it also helps you to not be hungry while you're going through this process. So it goes well with fasting. It's an oil so that you could actually rub it into your skin or on your stomach, or you could just put a couple drops in your water twice a day while you're fasting. That's completely fine as well. So I'm going to leave the link for the oil in the description box, as well as I'll make a pinned post in the comment section, so you guys can go directly to the link, get the oil, try it out. It has my stamp of approval, along with the other products that you might find on that website. Okay, so that's all I got for you all today. I just wanted to thank you all for, constantly supporting me and being here throughout this journey. I thank you all for caring about your own wellness and wanting to improve your health, and hopefully trickling down to your family and other people in your life, and helping everyone around you, because that's kind of the goal, to get everybody as healthy as possible. We want to stay healthy, so we're not worried about being sick and dying early and being overweight and all these horrible things, right? So I appreciate that. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. If you want to see more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and as always, the application of knowledge is power, and I will see you all next time.